If I forget to pack these things, I am so screwed. Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Runnah, and welcome back to your favorite local running community. I'm Juliana, your host and recent Berlin Marathon finisher. We are here today because I'm going to give all of you the things that I bring with me when I'm going to run a race. It is fall race season. We are here. People are running everything from the 100-meter to the 100-mile ultra marathon, and I am here to share with you my favorite things and my essentials that I bring with me to every single race and that I almost forget to pack like literally every single time because ADHD and things that there are things that aren't normally talked about that I find are extremely, extremely helpful when you are getting ready to step up to the starting line of a race. But before we get into that, don't forget to like the episode. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that way you can become part of your favorite local running community every week with me here. So all of us know to pack like your normal things, you know? You got your race kit, you got your bib, you got your shirt, you got your shorts, you got all those things that just everyone thinks to bring, hopefully. You got your shoes, you got your second backup pair of shoes, you know? Things like that are kind of, I feel like, givens. I want to talk about the things that I pack every time that people probably aren't necessarily thinking about. And let's start by talking about the holy grails of Juliana running. Things that I live and die by. So the first thing, I'm going to say that I have 4 things that are like live and die by, like daily things that I bring with me. Because if you are going to run a race, you want to bring the things with you that you're using every day for your runs anyway. This doesn't change that. So my first item that I live and die by, that I bring with me to my races, that I use every single day, we lube up those toes. We use it for everything. It is the catch-all for anything that I need. It is Vaseline. And yes, I buy the Vaseline at BJ's. I get the double pack of the big boys right here. It doesn't necessarily have to be the Vaseline brand, but I am a big proponent of Vaselining your toes before you go for a run. Using Vaseline as a protectant for any time you have like chapped lips, chapped nose, some chafing. It is a protectant, it is a barrier, it is a moisturizer. It is godly. Vaseline is my number one go-to item for running in general, and we bring the whole tub with us in our luggage, in our checked luggage. If we do not have checked luggage, we get the little carrier one, which yes, I do have. I have the travel size Vaseline. We make sure that it is full before we leave, and we bring our Vaseline with us. Vaseline is the number one thing. This is the catch-all. This is the duct tape of running. You can also bring duct tape if you want. I don't usually do that. We're going to get to my duct tape, my duct tape of running in a minute. But Vaseline. Vaseline is the number one Juliana everyday running thing that she brings with her also to races. This thing is going to save your ass, possibly almost literally, and it is going to be the thing that you need. I don't bring like an anti-chafing balm with me. I do not bring a moisturizer. I do not bring like anything else that's like supposed to go on like your toes or wherever there's going to be potential chafing that you've identified. Vaseline. Vaseline is it. Again, I don't care what brand of Vaseline you're getting. Store brand, name brand, whatever. Vaseline. That's my first thing. My second thing, which is technically more of like a duct tape of like the running side of things and something that I use every day. And this is going to come with a secondary accessory, and we're going to explain the accessory as well too. That is going to be KT tape, or kinesiology tape if you're going to be fancy about it. And this is the tape that you can use to tape your knees. You can use this stuff to hold things together. You can use this stuff to, again, prevent chafing. I love to use KT tape for stability for my body. We all know how I have Ehlers-Danlos, so I have a lot of muscle challenges. Also, I love to use it in spots that I know I'm going to chafe. And you know what? Your girl Juliana almost never chafes because I learned from a like training run, that a certain pair of shorts or whatever it is chafes me in a certain way, and we slap a little bit of KT tape over that bad boy, and you know what happens? I don't chafe. It's great. This bad boy is going to cost you somewhere between like $5 and $10 for a roll of this stuff. And the accessory that I'm going to throw in here with this is a pair of safety scissors, because sometimes you need to cut this stuff to a certain length, cut it in half, whatever you need to do for whatever KT tape wrapping you're doing for your body, and or chafing and or fixing things. You can fix a backpack with this shit. You could this is literal like Runnah's duct tape right here. This plus the Vaseline, you are good to freaking go. Okay? Okay. The scissors. We need the scissors. We want to have the scissors so we can cut the KT tape. That way we can make sure it's the correct length. That way we can make sure we have enough for if we need more of it later. You know, we put it in a nice little baggie or whatever. So the scissors are also great. These were $1. We have the dollar scissors. We have the $5 to $10 KT tape. We have the tub of Vaseline. That was probably about $5 for the big tub. We are not bringing in high ticket items here, my friends. We are bringing in useful items. We are here to share with you how I make it through these races alive and functioning for the most part, okay? The scissors are also going to play another role too, because the scissors can also cut other things. The other thing that the scissors can also cut is one of my favorite multifunctional things that we're going to now transition into things that are more like race day specific, race weekend specific, things that I like to bring with me to the starting line of races. And the first thing, which is kind of, again, another like duct tape like item, is going to be a trash bag. So this is just your generic big trash bag. We want a nice big trash bag. We don't want it to be too small. So the trash bag has many functions, you know. The trash bag can be an umbrella if we are trying to keep dry. It can also be something we can sit on, a nice little like picnic blanket that we can sit upon. It can also be any kind of barrier that you need it to be, and where the scissors come in. This is why we like to have the scissors on us, just in case. You can do this kind of like shoddy, you know, too, just by doing it. But this bad boy can also function as a poncho. This is like fashion 101 right here, friends. We are cutting an armhole on each side, and also I cut a head hole. And that, my friends, is fashion. And we have a poncho. We made a poncho out of this. It can also still function as all the other things too. It just has arm and leg holes in it. But you can use the scissors that you brought with you too, which we can't bring to most starting lines. So you have to do this ahead of time. But still, it's nice to have this as an option. And yes, I did sacrifice a trash bag for us today. Okay, this is going to go in like one of my other items that we're going to talk about later. But trash bag. Trash bag is like our multifunctional, multifaceted item. You can keep things you don't want to get wet in here. You can keep yourself if you don't want to get wet before a race. You could run in this if you want to. I know people who have done that. Okay? So we bring a trash bag with us to the starting line. Other starting line items we want to bring with us. Plastic baggies. At least one plastic baggie. We are going to bring a plastic baggie with us. These things, I always bring at least like 20 plastic bags with me anywhere I go. We put our phone in here. If it's raining, we put our phone in here. If we want to keep our keys at our wallet and our card safe, we put it in here. We want to put our gels in here and we don't want them to squish all over our shorts. We put it in here. We always bring plastic baggies with us. We want to bring the sandwich size sealable ones. They're small enough where you can put stuff in them and store them. And they also seal. Plastic sandwich baggies, the sealable sandwich size ones. We bring these to the starting line with us. That way we can put our stuff in them. We put our gels in here. We put our phone in here. We put our keys in here. We put anything we don't want to either get in or out on us or get something on inside a plastic baggie. We keep things clean. We keep things neat. We keep things functional. We want our phone to be usable when we get to the finish line so we can make sure we can get home on the subway system, okay? Plastic baggies. Bring some extra ones to the starting line with you. One of the things that you're going to want to throw in your plastic baggies is baby wipes. We are going to want to take about like 10 to 20 baby wipes before we leave the place that we're staying. Place them in a plastic baggie and carry them with us to the starting line. One of the things that normally happens at a starting line is that the porta potties run out of toilet paper. You will be prepared. You will have the bougie experience with you. You will have a nice, clean, ass. Starting your race, you will wipe your butt with these. What I did at the Berlin Marathon is I had some left over. I handed them off to the person behind me in the porta potty line. The goodwill was great. The woman was so excited. I was like, yes, this is what we do. We are pros. We start the marathon or the race, wherever it is. We show up with our baby wipes, 10 to 20 baby wipes in a plastic baggie. If you have to take a shit in the bush, you can wipe your butt. You got to take a piss in the bush, you can wipe yourself. You know, the baby wipes are the savior. Our Lord and Savior baby wipes says, put me in a plastic baggie, because you brought plastic baggies with you. And you bring these in your hand to the starting line area. If you do not use them, you just put them in the trash, or you can carry them with you if you really want. And we call it a day. Baby wipes in a plastic baggie. We bring these to the starting line. Other things we're bringing to the starting line area include drop clothing. You say, Juliana, that doesn't look like drop clothing. Well, it is. This is my drop clothing bag. When I clean out my closet, I have a bag that I put all the clothing that is still like in usable condition that I would want to donate, but I know that I can bring with me to a race starting line. We start one of these bags at home. Every time you clean out your closet, before you donate everything, put some stuff aside. I have like these big fuzzy sweatshirts that I was going to donate, but I was like, you know what? And I wore one to Berlin, and it was great. I can wear these to the starting line area. A lot of the times the starting line area will have a donation bin where you can put this clothing. This will keep you warm before you start your race. Keep this at the ready. Make this part of your closet cleaning strategy, and then bring with you clothing that you have put aside, that you are like more than willing to part with, that you're ready to donate. Bring it with you to your race, wear it, and then wherever the donation bins or whatever they've determined is the correct process at that race, leave it there and then be off, and you will have been warm all morning. Next thing we're bringing with us is going to be a pair of like recovery shoes. And I'm going to preface this with, these are probably the shoes you're going to put in your drop bag, or the shoes you're going to change into directly after you change out of your shoes you've been running in. And the only requirements for these shoes are going to be that they are comfortable for you, specifically, like to your likes, and they're big enough that no matter how swollen your feet are, your feet will fit into them. These are my favorite like shoes to put in a drop bag, because they are way wider than my feet are, and there's no backs to them. And I know that no matter what time I've ever put my feet into these shoes, they still slide in. They're comfortable. They have a little bit of arch support. They do have the Little Mermaid on them, which for me is preferable, you know, and they're nice and lightweight. So I know that no matter how swollen my feet are, I can fit them in here and I will be having a nice time. So they are comfortable to me, and no matter how swollen my feet are, my feet fit in these. Find a pair of shoes like that for you. It does not have to be an expensive pair of shoes. It can be a cheap, like $10 pair of shoes, as long as it's functional for those two things. It feels comfortable on your feet no matter what. It fits your feet no matter how swollen they are, then that is a good pair of shoes to put in your drop bag or give to the person who's going to be handing them back to you when you take off the shoes that you have been running in. Last two things we're going to talk about. One of them is a piece of clothing that I like to bring with me to every marathon that I've found that I really enjoy. And the second is a thing that you're going to leave at the apartment or the Airbnb or the hotel, but I found is like really helpful to me. So the first thing is going to be some merino wool shirts or underlayers. This is my favorite one of all time. This is from LL Bean. This is their 250 merino wool quarter zip. So it's full merino wool, and I love this thing because it not only keeps you like from getting cold, it also keeps you from getting hot, because merino wool will just like sweat wick anything you have going on. And I love this one because like you can wear it when it's all like zipped all the way up, but if you're feeling like it's too hot, you can vent it. So I love to wear this thing when I am running. This is my favorite one of all time. I really get yourself some merino wool underlayers, especially the ones that you can kind of adjust, and the arms, like I can pull the arms up and I can unzip it, and it can go from like I've worn this in anywhere between like 20 degrees Fahrenheit to like 80 degrees Fahrenheit, and it does an absolutely fantastic job. So it doesn't matter what brand of merino wool is, I would just say make sure it's 100% merino wool, and these things last forever too. So it's going to be a little bit of a pricier item, but I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of them. And I will say, like, the LL Bean one that I have right here, I got for about like 50% off because I bought it at the LL Bean outlet. So I'm not looking, like, as you can tell by the other things I've suggested, these are not like pricey endeavors, but they're definitely useful things to bring with you. And the last thing we're going to give a shout out to is something that if you watch my Berlin Marathon recap, you will have seen this bad boy already. That is my Squishmallow. This is my Squishmallow pillow. It does not have a name. I've never named it. I take this on every single trip that I go on. But my recommendation to you is to find a pillow that works good for you, that you can bring with you, that you know that you can sleep on. Because you never know how the pillows at the hotel are going to be, how the pillows at the Airbnb are going to be. If you can bring a pillow with you that you know with full confidence is going to be comfortable no matter where you are, and you can secure in a little bit more sleep the night before a race, this is going to be a priceless thing. I mean, I also like to use this when I'm in the airplane. I'll put my head on it. I'll use it like as a neck pillow. I'll put it down here as a back pillow. I'll use it as a butt pillow. I'll sit on it. I'll put it in my lap and I'll rest my arms on it and I'll read from my Kindle. Like this is this specific shape, because this is kind of like a bean almost, I found is like a really great shape. You don't necessarily need to do a Squishmallow, but I don't know. I feel like this shape is like a really good shape. And I really just love Squishmallows because for me with my chronic illnesses, like, and I know there are a lot of other chronic illness girlies out there too, like this is just the exact correct texture and like softness and firmness and everything, where it's just, this hits a very good sweet spot for me. But me and this llamacorn, we've gone all over the globe. We go everywhere together, and definitely finding a pillow that works good for you, that you can use to get some extra sleep, that you can bring with you, is going to be like something that once you discover which pillow that is going to be a non-negotiable for you. Definitely something that I never leave my Squishmallow behind. Never, ever, 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 ever. But those are my top things to bring with you that are kind of like unconventional race day essentials and race traveling essentials. But why don't you guys comment down below things that are like not generally on everyone's packing list that you feel like are essentials for you when you are running any kind of race. And don't forget to like and subscribe again to the channel. And I will see all of you on the next episode of Runnah. And good luck on your races. Have a nice time. And don't forget that we do have a fall race prep talk that's out right now. And I will also be doing a specific Cape Cod Marathon one as well too. So stay tuned for that. Go listen to the fall marathon pep talk and kill it at your races out there. I'm so proud of all you guys, and you're going to do great. And don't forget to comment down below if you run a race as well too, and let me know how you did. Okay? Bye! Goodbye! I still haven't named this thing, and I don't know why. It just doesn't have a name. That's okay. Thank you for listening to this episode of Runnah. This podcast is edited, hosted, and produced by me, Juliana Coughlin. Brought to you in part by the Falmouth Running Club and the Falmouth Community TV station. If you'd like to connect with us, you can find us on Instagram and on TikTok at RunnahPod. And you can send us an email at runnahpod@gmail.com. And our original theme music was brought to you by the one and the only wonderful Jeffrey Hutton. And keep up the great work. I'm proud of you.